What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we got some big time news on the top remaining target for the Wolverines in the 2025 class, offensive tackle Ty Haywood. We give the latest on him as well as his decision timeline. Also go over Bryce Underwood, #1 player in the 2025 class, as he is the first player ever that On3 has ever given a 100 rating to. Also JD Pickell saying that he will be that dude from day one for Michigan, and also On3's Charles Power goes in depth on his generational talent and compares him to Josh Allen and Cam Newton. Also give an update on 2026 quarterback recruiting. Michigan in the mix for another quarterback target. Also the coaching staff going and seeing top 2026 targets. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so to start this video, wanted to give an update on the 2025 now 4-star offensive tackle Ty Haywood. Even though he was rated as a 5-star, he recently got downgraded to a 4-star, but nonetheless he is a top 100 recruit. ESPN still has him as a 5-star, and he is ranked 39th nationally on 24/7 Sports composite rankings, one of Michigan's last remaining targets in the 2025 class, and it is a big one. Now there is no crystal ball predictions going in Michigan's favor on 24/7 Sports, but there are multiple On3 predictions, including from Steve Wiltfong, Chad Simmons, and many others. So right now Michigan is in the driver's seat to land Ty Haywood, and we do have an update on his decision timeline. According to On3's Chad Simmons, Ty Haywood will be announcing his decision on February 3rd as Michigan looks to close this recruitment out. Texas Tech, Florida State made some strong pushes late, but right now it looks like Michigan will be adding a cherry on top to the 2025 class, as all signs pointing towards the Wolverines, and he will be announcing his decision on February 3rd, according to On3's Chad Simmons. So that's the latest on Ty Haywood there. And then I also wanted to talk about Michigan signee Bryce Underwood, obviously the 5-star #1 recruit in the 2025 class. In the final rankings, he came in ranked nationally #1 on every single site but Rivals. He is also the first player that On3 has ever given a 100 rating to, and obviously many people are high on Bryce Underwood, not just Michigan fans though, as On3's JD Pickell believes that he is going to be that dude from day one at Michigan and will shake up the Big Ten. Now On3's Charles Power also went in depth on Bryce Underwood, and he said that in a cycle that is loaded with high upside athletic quarterbacks, none have shown a complete physical talent level that surpasses what we've seen from Underwood. He's got a massive frame at 6'4", 215 pounds with 10-inch hands and very long arms. He's a lean 215, but should top out well over 230 or 240 pounds, and even some college coaches who heavily recruited Underwood feel that he has the potential to be a 240 pounder who runs in the 4.5s, has an explosive arm that is capable of attacking all areas of the field, and there has been a legitimate wow factor to watching him throw the ball. Also said that he is anything but a developmental prospect, and obviously rewrote individual state records, and 4 seasons at Belleville, went 49-4, 2 state championships, and also ended his high school career with 10,708 passing yards and 143 passing touchdowns at around 11 yards per passing attempt. Also scored 30 rushing touchdowns along with the 143 passing touchdowns. And Charles Power also compared Bryce Underwood to Josh Allen and Cam Newton. He said the combination of size, arm talent, and athleticism is reminiscent of players like Josh Allen and Cam Newton. So it's just not Michigan fans that are high on Bryce Underwood. Generational talent coming to Ann Arbor was an absolutely program-changing commitment for the Wolverines, and he's a hometown hero staying in the state of Michigan, and obviously is going to be competing for the starting job from day one. And while he still will have to get used to the college game, the speed of things and all of that, if he reaches his high ceiling, he can complete everything a college football player would want to do: winning the Heisman, a national championship, getting drafted #1 overall. So let me know what you guys think about that, and also the comparison to Josh Allen and Cam Cam Newton. But very exciting times in Ann Arbor with the future of Bryce Underwood as their quarterback. And while we're talking about quarterbacks, let's go ahead and talk about quarterback recruiting. We've talked about Ryder Lyons in the 2026 class, Trey Taylor in the 2027 class, but a recent 2026 quarterback that just decommitted from Florida State a couple weeks ago, and that is Brady Smigel, the 4-star quarterback in the 2026 class, ranked 63rd nationally on 24/7 Sports composite rankings, a 6'5", 205-pound quarterback from the state of California. And it's another potential target for Michigan in the 2026 class, as Smigel told On3's Hayes Fawcett that Michigan, Michigan State, Ohio State, South Carolina, Washington, and UCLA are now the schools that are standing out in his recruitment. Now, Smigel, along with Brady Hart, were top quarterback targets for Michigan in the 2026 class. Obviously, Michigan landed a commitment from Brady Hart. He has since decommitted, reclassified to 2025, and signed with Texas A&M. But Smigel, is a familiar name for Michigan. And Chip Lindsey has been, rebuilding the quarterback board for Michigan, and there is a connection there because Chip Lindsey did offer him while he was at North Carolina, so there is already a relationship there. And Michigan also did go out and visit Brady Smigel while the coaching staff was out in the state of California and on the West Coast. So that's another quarterback target for the Wolverines. In yesterday's video, we talked about multiple targets Michigan coaching staff went out and visited, but Jordan Moore, tight ends coach Steve Kasula, and others also visited Brock Harris, the 2026 4-star tight end in the 2026 class, ranked 27th nationally on 24/7 Sports composite rankings from the state of Utah. And they also visited in the state of Colorado the 2026 tight end Mason Bonner, a 3-star on 24/7 Sports rankings. So a pair of tight end targets that coaching staff went out and visited. And we talked about Michigan visiting the 5-star current Ohio State commit and wide receiver Chris Henry Jr., but wide receivers coach Ron Bellamy also went out to see another elite wide receiver in the 2026 class out of the 4-star athlete Brandon Arrington from the state of California, 6'2", 180 pounds, ranked 18th nationally on 24/7 Sports composite rankings, is a 5-star on On3 rankings, and schools are recruiting him at both defensive back and wide receiver. A very fast athlete, but Ron Bellamy went out to visit him. And then also current Penn State wide receiver commit Jaquaden Guilford, who was a 3-star wide receiver, 6'2", 180 pounds from the state of Indiana, goes to Northrop High School. So another potential flip target for Michigan there in the 2026 class. We talked about a couple more in yesterday's video as well. And also Michigan defensive line coach Lou Esposito went out to go and see the 2026 4-star defensive lineman Deuce Geralds from the state of Georgia, ranked 69th nationally on 24/7 Sports composite rankings, a top defensive line prospect in the 2026 class. So Michigan coaching staff stays being busy on the recruiting trail, visiting multiple targets and top 2026 prospects. And again, a big one for Michigan, Ty Haywood set to announce his decision February 3rd as Jordan Moore and company looks to put a cherry on top to the 2025 class and bring in a top 10 class for the Wolverines. But with that, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more. If you are new around here, I greatly appreciate it. And we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.